Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, joined by Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. We'll hear from reporter Allie LaForce in a moment. Van Vliet with it. Now guarded by Mobley. Here's Şengün. Good. And Van Vliet gets the assist. If you like slow-paced basketball, you've come to the wrong place. These teams love to run.
Oh, they love to run. I mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quickness, and attack the defense before it gets set.
Now here's Mitchell. Allen a screen. Just 5 to shoot. There's the three. And it's Mitchell. The miss. The Rockets on offense. It's a three-point game. Back to Smith. The kick out to Van Vliet. And the Rockets hit again from deep.
And the luxury of having Van Vliet. He doesn't need the ball to score. Fred can work off the rock and be a spot-up shooter.
Down low. Garland. The shot from the low post is good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Şengün, the screen. And Şengün, throw it down.
Read the defense and executed. The IQ showing through for Şengün.
The NBA becoming more and more global, Clark. Şengün, a perfect example of that.
Yeah, Alperen Şengün out of Turkey. Right now on the fast track to being the best player to ever come out of his homeland. So still very young, but boy, his future is quite bright.
Now here's Green to the paint. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Brooks. Outside, Green. Fires it from 18. And it's Brooks missing.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Here's Mitchell. Out to Mobley. Now Okoro, guarded by Van Vliet. Back to Mobley. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Pass to Garland. From outside, off the mark.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Şengün in the post. He's got 5. A nice shot by Smith.
This is Smith's game. Set him up and he'll knock him down.
And Kenny Atkinson has called a timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Cavaliers trail by 9. Now Garland. He's off on the layup. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, Jabari Smith Jr. is making some serious strides, and Coach Ime Udoka praised him and said his all-around game, his confidence, great defensive versatility. He's starting to handle and make plays for others. Shooting is a huge asset for him, but we want him to post up and find his mid-range shots as well, where he can rise up over guys. Brian?
He is certainly one to watch, Allie. Thank you. And the basket by Van Vliet.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And they get it. And Mobley throws it down.
A strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
And left no doubt with that one, Grant.
Oh, I tell you what, he loaded up as much power as he could behind that two-hander.
After years of finishing at the bottom of the West, things are looking up for the Rockets, Clark.
You know, B.A., they've done a really good job of drafting and developing players. That combination can allow you to move forward. And along with signing complementary veterans, that adds to the mix as well. And they've done a nice job. And they've got future draft capital, too. So the Rockets are certainly on the rise.
Now here's Garland. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
Inside, Garland outplays his size, using speed and agility to get it done.
Inside. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Some of these dunks he throws down are absolutely absurd. What an athlete Green is.
And the call will be against Fred VanVleet. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Şengün with a steal.
What hustle from him on defense. Great steal.
Here's Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Now here's Smith. And it's Niang with the rebound.
That's exactly the look they wanted, guys. Right guy, right play, wrong result.
Left side, Garland. It's stolen by Green. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
If there's anybody who can ignite a crowd with his dunks, it's Jabari. He throws them down with power.
Houston shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. Tip-off goes to the Lakers. And the foul on Chris Paul. That's his first foul. Grant, looking at these two teams, my attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Here's Christie. Pass to Davis. And finished off by Davis.
Great work by Davis in the screen roll. Good at making himself a big target in these situations.
Barnes with it. Hachimura covering. And Wembanyama gets it to go.
As pretty much any coach, that's how he'd like to start the game.
Now James. And he buries his first look.
Good work on the block. I like when LeBron gets aggressive this close to the rim.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Spurs. RJ with Harrison Barnes on the roster. A team can count on durability and reliability.
Oh, and don't forget about the veteran leadership he brings to the table. You can't underestimate how important it is to have a champion and a veteran like that in your locker room.
Now here's Sohan. And Reeves pulls it down. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
I did briefly speak with J.J. Redick. We talked about his matchup against the highly touted Victor Wembanyama, and Coach told me Victor's combination of speed and size creates a lot of problems on both ends of the floor, so we've got to play a physical brand of basketball to just keep him out of rhythm. It'll be interesting to see how that affects him. B.A.?
Allie, thank you. Back to Paul. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Sohan. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pass to Hachimura. Launches it. Rebound by San Antonio. Outside Barnes. To the paint. Now Wembanyama. Stolen by Davis. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. The shot by James, no good.
Got a good look there, but just not able to hit from the mid-range.
It's Barnes on the wing. The three is up. Yes, and it's Wembanyama picking up the assist.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Pass to Davis. Here's James. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
That's his first personal
Well, Grant, even though it looks like LeBron could play forever, he stated that he doesn't have much time left.
Well, it's unbelievable that he sustained this level of excellence for as long as he has. I would be surprised if we see this type of longevity ever again.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Outside Wembanyama. Down low. Pass to Champagnie. Back to Sohan. Here's Champagnie. Hachimura covering. 6 to shoot. Here's Wembanyama. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
Off the left rim and out.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Wembanyama screen. There's the drive. Champagnie. Ooh, can't tie it up as that one's no good. Outside Finney-Smith. Outside Reeves. Back to Finney-Smith. Pass to Reeves. From the arc. Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. Both teams deciding to change it up.
Substitution on the court.
There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter here. Here's Johnson. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. It's on Rui Hachimura.
What makes Johnson so tough is his upper body strength.
You know, after playing as a starter most of his career, Keldon Johnson showed he can act as a sixth man if needed, Richard.
Not every player can make that switch mentally. Johnson brings the same energy as a starter as he does to the second unit. It's a great attitude on that young man. Yeah, just too much big boy basketball by LeBron James, just bodying defenders inside.
The three from Barnes. San Antonio again missing. Los Angeles leading by 3. James goes in. Hey, it's James slamming it down.
With his athletic ability, LeBron drives with purpose. He wants to put the D in a difficult position whenever he gets the chance.
And a bit of a battle for the ball, and the officials signal a jump ball here. Now here's Barnes. Outside Jones. Pass to Johnson. Back to Jones. The three from Barnes. That's good, and it's Jones with the assist. Barnes has got 6. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. 8 points in the quarter.
13. The Spurs. 11.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Los Angeles?
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
The Lakers in the lead. Oh, LeBron sending it home.
Love his attack mentality. Never settling, always keeping the pressure on.
And here's Jones. Still without a bucket. Pass to Castle. Barnes the screen. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Operating the pick and roll like a seasoned vet already. Castle just taking what he sees open up.
Grant, how about that in-season tournament win for the Lakers in 2024?
Yeah, honestly, it just makes sense that the first of those trophies would land with a historic franchise like the Lakers. Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, Devin Vassell's progressing offensively. He said, I feel like the game has slowed down, just making the right reads. I know I can get to my spots. I just want to show that I'm an efficient scorer and a willing passer. I'm trying to be the best player that I can be.
Yeah, love that work ethic, Allie. Thanks. Spurs trail by 4. Pass to Barnes. Takes the 3. Drills it from deep. Barnes has got 9.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost him 3.
To the middle. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's on LeBron James.
Yeah, you never want to let shots at the rim go uncontested.
Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Quarter 2 and about 2 minutes in. Pass to Champagny. The 3 ball. Finney Smith pulls it in.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
And it's James inside.
When LeBron is being aggressive on offense, you got to make a change. You can't let him just have his way.
And so Paul will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Trailing by 2. Kicks it out to Barnes. To the inside. Finney Smith pulls it in.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
And Richard, we talked about Victor Wembanyama. 7 foot 4 inches. Skilled. Did you ever think we'd see a player like him?
Maybe in about 20 years, but we're seeing more and more hybrids. He is just an outlier that we have never seen before. The tallest player in the league and one of the most skilled.
That puts him in the lead. Champagny's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
Pass to James. Back to Finney Smith. James outside. Shot clock at 5. The Lakers got to get one up. Late clock. And it's Hachimura missing. San Antonio leading. Ball with it. Check by James. From behind the arc. Paul, shot is off.
He didn't have his feet planted.
And so J.J. Redick calls for the timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Spurs making a change here.
Let's hear it for your Lakers girl.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The open shot by James. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
That may be not the highest percentage of looks right there, but look, you can't argue with results, I guess.
Jones drives in, and he makes it on the layup. And the Spurs lead by 1.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Pass to James. Davis a screen. And here's Finney-Smith. Sohan covering. Shot clock at 6. Here's Davis. Ooh, Davis with the athleticism.
That's exactly what you want to see from AD, using that length and that athleticism to cause problems.
Knocked loose. It's Barnes on the wing. 29 seconds left to play in the half. Puts up a 3. The Lakers with a rebound. James goes in. He's off on the layup. Here's Jones. Fires from deep. Oh, at the buzzer!
Wow! I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow.
Talk about being poised under pressure. Big time shot from him there.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Okay, RJ, we all know how luck comes into play in the NBA. The Spurs have had great lottery luck.
Yeah, winning the first pick 3 times, drafting David Robinson, Tim Duncan, and Victor Wembanyama. I don't know, but I would be really upset if I was all of those other teams to miss out on those big guys.
Back to James. Outside Reddish. James outside. 5 on the clock. Offline with a 3. San Antonio with the ball. The lead is 2. Pass to Paul. Here's Sohan. And it's off from 3-point range. James, right side. Back to Reddish. Here's James. 13 feet out. No luck on that one.
It is a shame to see a high percentage look go to waste. You'll be hearing about this one in the locker room, I'm sure.
Pass to Barnes. Knocks down the triple. Barnes has got 13 now.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
And the foul called on Harrison Barnes. That's his first foul of the game. Outside Reddish. The Lakers with another miss. San Antonio leading by 5. Here's Wembanyama. Wembanyama powers it through inside.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter. Well, Richard, it might be a long time before we see a player with the combination of Wembanyama's size and skill.
He changes every opponent's game plan, offensively and defensively. You've seen nothing like it, and we probably won't for a long time.
Clock at 6. Christie gets the 3 to fall. Christie's got himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Brian, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Brian, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie.
works just as hard inside. Great footwork for Paul leads to great results.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Paul with it. Right side Barnes. Fires for three. Missed it. 4 for 8 in the contest. Here's Christie. Inside. Outside for Davis. Pulls it from 20. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. San Antonio leading by 3. It's Barnes on the wing. Sohan outside. Wembanyama screen to the paint. Reeves with the ball. And it's Paul picking him up. And they're on the run. Oh, and the jam by James.
Yo, watch out. LeBron James on the break, honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. Just get out of the way.
Pass to Sohan. Now here's Barnes. Hachimura covering. Outside Paul. From deep, Wembanyama. Rebound, the Lakers. There's 1:12 left in the third quarter. RJ, it's hard not to wonder what would have happened if the Lakers never traded for Russell Westbrook back in 2021.
Well, they would have had a traditional style of a team. They would have kept Kuzma, KCP, and their 2021 first-round pick. They also would have been able to sign Alex Caruso. They could have kept their championship core together.
San Antonio leading. It's Barnes on the wing. 13 points in the game. Here's Wembanyama. Can't get it to fall. If they score here, they're back in front.
And they've been waiting to retake this lead for a bit.
AD beasting down low.
I'm going to be honest. Like, Anthony Davis could do this all night. Inside the paint, his frame just gives him too much of an advantage.
Pass to Barnes. Now here's Wembanyama. And that'll be San Antonio's ball as it goes out of bounds. Spurs able to keep the possession.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
Yeah, I think he was hoping to maybe even get the steal, but I agree. He still got a good outcome.
Here's Vassell. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it. A hard-fought matchup. 7 lead changes thus far.
And these teams have been sparring from the get-go. Neither able to land the knockout blow.
And we've just finished the third.
The Spurs, 34.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. The Lakers trail. Outside Milton. To the inside. Here's Finney-Smith. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
In crunch time, trying to get the foul, the bucket, or both.
Pass to Castle. Oh, they get a hand on it. Milton with it. Picked up by Collins. Oh, wow! Set him up and let LeBron finish.
The timing LeBron possesses is second to none. Fantastic at measuring when to go for alley-oops.
Back to Johnson. Outside Jones. There's a screen by Johnson. Kicks it out to Collins. And the officials call the over the back. A little too aggressive there.
A terrific box out that draws the over-the-back call.
He had to know that call was coming. You can't treat another guy like a jungle gym out there.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. And San Antonio making a change here. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Greg Popovich's huddle. He was very upbeat and positive, saying to his guys, let's go. I want you guys to up the pace. Look to push the ball up the floor whenever you can. They cannot stop us in transition. Let's see how the team responds. Guys?
And Allie, thanks. Jones with the ball. Picked up by Reeves. Champagnie, that's good.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
LeBron, attack mode. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play opportunity. And how about LeBron? Even if he's no longer the clear-cut best player in the league, he can still take over a game, RJ.
Oh, make no mistake. He is still the best when he needs to be. Absolutely has a switch that gets flipped when he needs it. It's not on for 48 minutes, but he can definitely turn it on for a few.
To the middle. To the wing, right side. Wembanyama screen. Out to the right wing. Lets it fly. And San Antonio again with a bucket.
What a luxury having Wembanyama on your team. I mean, he can create anything out of nothing.
Here's James. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Spurs trail by 3. Outside Johnson. Pass to Jones. There's the screen by Johnson. Now Paul. He's covered by Vincent. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Wembanyama. Outside Jones. There's the screen by Johnson. Outside for Wembanyama. 4 on the clock.
That is a good shot contest by AD. When he's got the size, he's got everything there. He might have to pick another shot.
And it's good. 2 points. James has got 11 points here in the second half.
I'm sorry, just who else would you want it shooting there? LeBron James, just so calm under pressure.
Spurs trail by 5. And stolen by Reeves. And it's the Lakers on the break. Oh, he took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top. Instead, he'll shoot free throws.
And when you think of LeBron, his competitive spirit is, to me, the first thing that comes to mind. All this guy wants to do is win all the time.
Both free throws good from James. And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for the Spurs. Back to Wembanyama. Pass to Johnson. That three's off the mark. And it's the Lakers' ball. They're on a 13-5 run. James takes the hit and sinks the shot.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the fourth.
Okay, look out!
Man! Uh-oh, Johnson with a little extra sauce, okay.
The shot by James, no good. Spurs trail by 7. Pass to Champagnie. Right side Barnes. Here's Champagnie. 5 to shoot. Spurs need to get one up here. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Here's James. It's going to be on LeBron James. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
A great job to establish position and square up.
1:03 left to play in the 4th. San Antonio with the ball. From deep, Johnson. Money. And now they trail by just 4.
Man, they needed a bucket. Johnson delivers.
Here's James. On the wing, Reeves. And an intentional foul right there. On defense, the Spurs. Here's James. Here's Davis. Plenty of space. The shot's good on the assist by James.
In the clutch, Davis just showing supreme focus. When his team needs him, that's when he shows up the most.
Paul into the lane. Cash.
I think you could sense it, that trip up the floor. Paul was looking for his own shot, and he got it.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Oh, the first of two, no good. A heartbreaker. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line. And that puts him up 5.
And not a moment to lose on this possession.
Clock working against them right now.
Pass to Wembanyama. From deep. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. Yes! What a beautiful shot. Brings him within 3.
When Wembanyama goes up, he can be so quick. I mean, the rookie looking very assertive. Yeah, no choice but to foul in that situation. Although, that's not the guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Second one is good. Getting both at the line. And it's a 5-point game.
All but over now. Those free throws help seal the deal.
It's Barnes on the wing. It's Barnes on the wing. Fires the 3. It falls.
Draw them in and kick it out. Great execution to open up an eat.
And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And as always, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge joining us from the sidelines. Back to Wembanyama. The 3 from Barnes. That one's in, his first shot this game. All the talk, Greg, leading up to this one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
And one of the areas where Cunningham has been compared to Doncic, his strength with the ball in his hands.
Pass to Wembanyama. Shoots over Duran. The shot by Wembanyama, no good. Cunningham looking it over. Takes the 3. They get it again. Fires the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Cunningham's got 5 now.
And you see that one motion shot. Cunningham very consistent from distance.
Here's Wembanyama. Makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
And defenses can't be too physical with Ivy because he's just so good at attracting the whistle.
It's his first trip to the line. Both good from the line that time. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Greg Popovich and I did speak a few minutes ago. We talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean you have to throw different defenders at him. Maybe send them double teams, too. Everything is on the table tonight. We'll see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
Thank you, David. Wembanyama, a screen. Paul goes in. 6 on the shot clock.
I like the contest from Harris, doing anything he can to alter that shot.
Richard, one thing is for sure with these Spurs, a lot of top free agents have got to be looking at him now as a destination.
It doesn't take a lot of skill to see that Wendy is a different type of player. And look, if you are a free agent, that's the player that you want to look at to say, hey, can I team up with him and go on a string of championships?
Now, Wembanyama. After Tim Hardaway missed from long range. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Duran. Cunningham outside. Buries it from 3-point range. Cunningham's got 8 points.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And here is Duran. Back to Harris. From the top of the key. And there's another one for the Pistons.
You know what? Sometimes something good can come out of a bad possession.
Here's Paul. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him. Hardaway, that's a 2-pointer. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
And the Pistons making a change here. There's 1:38 left to play in the first quarter. And stolen by Harris. Driving in. And slam dunk by Harris.
Excellent all-around performance so far. Hence, the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Now, here's Ivy. They're in high post. That's a 2 from Cunningham. Rebounded by the Spurs.
And usually that's a bucket for him, but look, nobody's perfect in the mid-range.
And Jalen Duran picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
There's 49 seconds left in the first. Outside for Wembanyama. Sinks the three-pointer. Wembanyama's got 7 points in the game.
Sometimes you watch Wembanyama and think this guy is a cheat code, hitting threes at well over 7 feet tall.
In the corner, it's Harris. Shot clock at 5. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. Here's Cunningham. Misses off the left eye. Spurs trail by 6. Here's Castle. And that one is stuffed right through.
They say the vertical is where Castle lacks a bit. Show me where it lacked there.
Cunningham outside. Detroit, no good that time either. And so it's Cade Cunningham making things happen for the Detroit Pistons.
The Pistons, 16.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And rebounding numbers, sometimes we overlook them, but they can have a big effect on the outcome.
And the shot goes in. He's got 5.
Wow, the finger roll. Sometimes a soft finish like that makes it even more painful for the defense.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, thanks. Obviously, the Pistons in the midst of a long rebuild. 2 seasons in a row at the bottom of the league standings. Last season, they had the worst record in this once-proud franchise's history. That counts the record-setting 28-game losing streak that they had. It's pretty clear that this could be a long road back to redemption. Kevin?
Yeah, could is the operative word. This could be indeed. David, thank you. Beasley for 3. Barnes grabs the miss.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
That ties the game. Collins has got his second basket.
And there's a nice playmaking element to Castle's game, especially at 6'6".
GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
Size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star.
Beasley outside. Outside Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the... dunk.
Oh, an aggressive move. And fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And that one's good. Barnes.
Passes like this demonstrate leadership. Vassell wanting to find his open teammates.
Pass to Stewart. Back to Sasser. Kicks it out to Beasley. To the paint. Here's Holland. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Back to Collins. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Collins has got it all tied up now for the Spurs. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Back to Beasley. Pass to Holland. From the arc. Rebounded by Castle. Jones with the bounce pass. Here's Vassell. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. RJ, so often with rookies, we want to judge them after half a season, or we're not very patient with them. How long should we give players to prove themselves in the NBA?
Well, there's a different type of prove yourself. If you're talking about a rookie, I was taught after about game 60, you're no longer a rookie because you played every team, you understand the defensive concepts. You might be a little fatigued, but after that, you're no longer a rookie. But to judge them, if they can play in this league, it can take a couple of years.
Now, here's Cunningham. 8 points for him. Inside. It's stolen by Wembanyama. 58 seconds left here in the second. Wembanyama with that soft touch around the rim.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Harris outside. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Victor Wembanyama. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And 88 from the line a season ago. He was one of the best shooters in the league.
A swing man that scores on all 3 levels. Harris is about as consistent as it gets.
The Pistons trailing. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Corner shot. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Barnes outside. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama. Barnes has got 10 points in the game. Harris outside. He gets it up. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Spurs lead 5-4. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Detroit with the ball. Trailing by 4. Pass to Duren. In the corner, Ivy with it. Duren a screen. Cunningham outside. Lets the 3 fly. That one no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Pistons have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
And he sinks the second. Spurs leading by 3. And he may never be an all-star, but Richard, Tobias Harris has a big impact on the game.
And he came into the NBA as a 3-man. But in a lot of ways, he's become the prototype modern power forward. Able to hold his own inside, but also space the floor from 3. Assisted basket. Coaches just love those, so credit Harris for the pass.
To the inside. Oh, the rim with an easy reach of Wembanyama.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Cunningham left side. He had to fade back on that one, but still got it to go. Cunningham's got 10 points in the game. Pass to Wembanyama. From deep. The size, the shooting touch. Wembanyama is unreal.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his 2nd season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
And Wembanyama throws it down.
Watch out. Wembanyama hammering that one home.
Here's Ivy. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. He's feeling it. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Second chance shot. And he lays it up and in. And now an 8-point San Antonio lead.
No, it's just ridiculous. He is just an absolute surgeon when he has the ball. This man is surgical. There is no way to slow him down when he wants to score.
And slam dunk by Harris.
And I understand that people might not realize this, but he's 6'7". You cannot forget about his bounce because he's got some. It looked like he was playing against his little brother out there, the way he just went right over him with his height.
So it's Detroit now after the basket by San Antonio. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. You asked Greg Popovich about Victor Wembanyama, and he says Victor's a different player. He's got talent, and you don't want to take that out of him. I tried to do that with Manu Ginobili, and I learned my lesson. Just shut up and let him play. Victor does some amazing things. His game is all-encompassing. Kevin?
That's a great way to put it, D.A. It is all-encompassing. Wembanyama is one of one. Hey, thank you for the report. Here's Wembanyama following the bucket by the Pistons. Pass to Barnes. Clock at 6. Plenty of space. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Oh, man, that's tough. That's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
Ivy. The shot will not fall. Good D by Barnes. Wembanyama outside. And Wembanyama too much inside.
And this is what you want to see. Wembanyama attacking with authority inside.
Cunningham outside. Shoots. Victor Wembanyama